Hey there, my fellow anglers and outdoor enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for the hottest fishing insights. Today, we are diving deep into the bite forecast for Friday, December 6th, 2025, across our magnificent Canadian waters. Get ready, because this day is shaping up to be a classic Canadian winter fishing adventure, with some surprisingly good opportunities if you know where to look and what to use. This particular day, friends, is a fascinating one, sitting just 2 days past the full moon, bringing with it a unique set of challenges and chances that well break down together. Now let's talk tactics for a few of our winter warriors. First up, the mighty lake trout. These deep water giants are perfectly adapted to the cold, and December 6th will be no exception. Look for them in the deeper lake basins, around significant drop-offs and near underwater structures. They will be cruising these areas looking for a substantial meal. My advice: heavy jigging spoons or large tube jigs fished right on or near the bottom are your best friends. Work your lure aggressively, then pause, mimicking a wounded bait fish. That pause, friends, can often trigger a strike from a cautious laker. Next, let's consider the toothy northern pike. December is prime time for pike, especially as ice fishing starts to really kick into gear across many Canadian lakes. Pike are known to be opportunistic predators year-round, but in these colder waters, they are looking for energy-rich meals. You will find them lurking near the edges of weed beds, submerged timber, or rocky points, often in shallow to medium depths where baitfish might be seeking shelter. For tackle, tip-ups with large dead bait like smelt or herring are deadly effective. If you are using a rod, go for large spoons or aggressive jerk baits. Don't be shy with your lure size, they are looking for a substantial meal, and for those who love consistent action and a delicious meal, the yellow perch are calling. These schooling fish are often quite active in early winter. Where to find them? Think shallow to medium depths, especially near the edges of deeper breaks, subtle humps, or sandy flats that transition into weeds. Once you find a school, you are often in for a treat. Light action rods with small jigs tipped with a maggot, a waxworm, or a small minnow are absolutely perfect. Drop your bait down, give it a few subtle jiggles, and be ready for those characteristic, gentle taps. For our friends on the west coast, especially in British Columbia, steelhead trout are beginning their early winter runs. This is a challenging but incredibly rewarding fishery. Focus on coastal rivers where these migratory fish will be making their way upstream. Use egg and flesh patterns mimicking the remnants of the fall salmon runs. Remember, river conditions are key, so check local reports before heading out. All right, my friends, let's break down the conditions and understand why our finned buddies will be behaving the way they do on this particular Friday, December 6th, 2025. Weather across much of Canada. For a representative region like Montreal, we are looking at a high of around -3 degrees Celsius, that is 27 degrees Fahrenheit, down to a nighttime low of -4 degrees Celsius, or 25 degrees Fahrenheit. We can expect cloudy skies during the day, clearing to periods of snow overnight. The wind will be a factor, and while not extreme, shifts in wind direction are common this time of year and can influence fish behavior. Atmospheric pressure changes, especially with those wind shifts, can make fish a bit finicky, pushing them slightly deeper or into more sheltered areas. Water temperature, as expected for early December in Canada, will be very cold. Water temperatures in most freshwater bodies will range from near freezing to just a few degrees above 0 Celsius. In deeper lakes like Ontario, temperatures will hover around 4 degrees Celsius or 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold water has more dissolved oxygen, which is good, but fish metabolism slows significantly, making them less inclined to chase fast-moving baits. Now, about the moon phase. On December 6, 2025, the moon will be in a waning gibbous phase with an illumination of about 96 to 99%. This is just a day or two after the full moon. While full moons are often associated with active nocturnal feeding due to increased light, the days immediately following can sometimes see a slight slowdown, as fish may have gorged themselves. However, the abundant moonlight still provides visibility, potentially extending feeding windows into the early morning or late evening. Overall fish activity, considering the stable cold temperatures, near freezing water, and the significant moonlight from the waning gibbous phase. I am going to give the overall bite assessment for Canada on December 6th as medium to capricious, with periods of good activity for those adapted to cold, while it is definitely winter and ice fishing conditions are setting in. The lack of extreme cold snaps or violent storms means fish are not under immense stress. Species like lake trout, northern pike, yellow perch, and coastal steelhead, which are well adapted to colder water, will be actively seeking food to sustain them. They will be less aggressive and require slower, more deliberate presentations, but they are there to be caught. So get out there, my friends, bundle up, stay safe on the ice, and chase those winter trophies. May your lines be tight and your coolers be full. If you enjoyed this forecast, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing spots in Canada? What's your secret weapon for catching fish in the cold? I love hearing your stories.